At 62, Margaret Thompson had always considered herself fairly active. She loved gardening, walking her dog Bailey every morning, and attending the weekly seniors yoga class at the community center. Her life in Oakwood, a small but friendly town in Pennsylvania, had been peaceful and steady for decades. Yet recently, she noticed something alarming. Her legs felt weaker than usual. Simple activities like climbing the short flight of stairs to her apartment or standing for long periods in her kitchen left her unusually fatigued. Margaret couldn't quite understand why. She was careful with her health. She ate her vegetables, avoided processed foods, and even took daily vitamins, including a popular over-the-counter supplement she'd bought for bone strength. Margaret's curiosity turned into concern when she tripped slightly while walking Bailey near Oakwood Park. Although she wasn't injured, the wobble startled her. She realized that this wasn't just about aging, it felt like her body was actively losing its strength. The thought of being weak and unsteady frightened her. She remembered her friends, Helen and Samuel, both in their 60s, complaining about joint problems and fatigue, but Margaret had always assumed she was managing better than most. She decided it was time to investigate. The next morning, Margaret scheduled an appointment with Dr. Alan Reeves, a family physician she had been seeing for years. Dr. Reeves was patient and thorough, someone she trusted to give honest advice. When Margaret explained her symptoms, leg weakness, fatigue, occasional cramping, Dr. Reeves listened carefully, taking notes on a clipboard. After examining her reflexes, balance, and basic mobility, he looked up and said, "Margaret, I don't see any immediate neurological issues, which is good. But your symptoms could be influenced by nutrition, particularly the supplements you take. Sometimes, well-meaning vitamins can have unintended effects, especially if taken in excess." Margaret was surprised. Vitamins? I thought they were supposed to help me stay healthy, not make me weak. Dr. Reeves smiled gently. Most vitamins are beneficial, but after a certain age, our bodies respond differently. Too much of some can actually interfere with muscle function and lead to weakness. There are a couple that are surprisingly common culprits. He paused, then continued. For people over 60, high doses of vitamin A and vitamin D can sometimes contribute to muscle weakness, especially if you're already taking multiple supplements. Margaret's eyebrows shot up. Vitamin D? I thought that was supposed to strengthen bones. And vitamin A? I just take a general multivitamin. Yes, Dr. Reeves said. And that's the tricky part. Multivitamins often contain more than we realize, and if you're taking additional supplements like fish oil or fortified foods, the total intake can be much higher than recommended. Vitamin A in high doses can affect calcium metabolism and muscle function. And excessive vitamin D, while great for bone density, can sometimes lead to muscle fatigue or weakness if overdone, especially without regular monitoring of your blood levels. Margaret listened intently, absorbing each word. She had never imagined that the very vitamins she trusted could be contributing to her weakness. Dr. Reeves recommended blood tests to measure her current levels of vitamin A, vitamin D, and calcium. He also suggested she bring a list of all the supplements she was taking, including the dosages. Once we have the results, we can tailor a safer plan that keeps you strong without risking your leg health, he explained. A week later, Margaret returned with her lab results. The blood tests showed elevated levels of vitamin A and slightly high vitamin D. Dr. Reeves explained that this combination could indeed be causing the subtle muscle weakness she'd been experiencing. It's not dangerous if corrected, but it does explain your leg fatigue, he said. We'll adjust your intake, focus on dietary sources of these nutrients rather than high-dose supplements, and monitor you closely. Margaret followed the new plan diligently. She stopped her high-dose multivitamin and switched to a formulation designed specifically for seniors with lower vitamin A and carefully controlled vitamin D. She also incorporated foods rich in magnesium, potassium, and protein to support her muscles: spinach, bananas, sweet potatoes, lean chicken, and Greek yogurt. Additionally, she continued her regular walks and yoga sessions, knowing that movement was crucial for maintaining strength. Within weeks, she noticed subtle improvements. Standing in her kitchen no longer left her drained, and climbing stairs became easier. To ensure she stayed motivated, Margaret started journaling her progress. She recorded the length of her walks, how her legs felt after yoga, and what she ate each day. This small act of mindfulness helped her track improvements and maintain consistency. Margaret also joined a local senior wellness group, where members shared tips on exercise, diet, and supplement safety. She realized that many people in their 60s were unaware of how certain vitamins could impact muscle strength and overall energy. Margaret began sharing her story cautiously, emphasizing that it wasn't about abandoning vitamins altogether, but about using them wisely. One afternoon, at the community center's wellness seminar, Margaret spoke up during the Q&A session. "I want to share something I learned the hard way," she began. "After turning 60, I started noticing weakness in my legs. I was taking vitamins to stay healthy, but I found out that high doses of vitamin A and vitamin D were actually making my muscles weaker. It's important to check your blood levels and talk to your doctor before taking supplements, especially if you're over 60. The room filled with nods and murmurs of agreement. Seniors shared their own experiences. Some had been feeling unusually fatigued, while others had been taking multiple vitamins without considering the total dosage. Margaret felt a sense of empowerment, knowing her experience could help others avoid similar problems. As months passed, Margaret's strength returned to near-normal levels. She felt confident walking through Oakwood Park with Bailey, gardening in her backyard, and even joining a hiking group for seniors on the weekends. She maintained regular checkups with Dr. Reeves, who continued to monitor her vitamin levels and overall health. Margaret had learned a vital lesson. Wellness in older age isn't just about taking supplements blindly. It's about balance, informed choices, and paying attention to your body's signals. Margaret also became an advocate for safe vitamin use among seniors. She started a small blog called Healthy Steps After 60, where she shared tips on safe supplementation, nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle habits for maintaining mobility and strength. Her posts were friendly, encouraging, and rooted in her personal experience. She emphasized that age doesn't have to mean weakness and that simple adjustments could prevent problems before they started. Readers appreciated her honesty and the practical advice she offered. Her story even caught the attention of a local wellness magazine, which featured an article titled, "How One Senior Regained Strength by Reevaluating Her Vitamins." Margaret's experience inspired many in her community to take their supplement choices seriously and to seek professional guidance when needed. She received letters from readers expressing gratitude for sharing her journey.